what's going on? Nikki Surreal here. So, if you're new, thanks a lot for watching, and do me a favor and consider clicking subscribe. Every little bit helps, so I appreciate it. Um, Today, I'm not even gonna bring up the woman's name because y'all have been dragging this girl in the mud since the news broke about what was going on with her, and I don't want to contribute to that. But it does motivate me to want to, just want to throw this out here. Because I only ever talk about things because I want to be helpful. I see that there are certain mindsets that are problematic, and it's not to say that everybody's wrong for what they say, because it's just my common sense. I know that most everyone can be valid a time or two. The issue is a lot of people are wanting what they say to be valid in all cases, no matter what. It's either this or it's that, and there's nothing else in between, and that's just fictitious. Okay? That's literally just you're trying to organize things and easier to cope with boxes, and that's just not how the real world works. And you end up hurting a lot of innocent people, a lot of people that don't have anything to do with you in your life because they don't fit in your box, and that's problematic. Um, I'm never going to come on here and tell you that you flat out don't deserve whatever it is you want, because we are literal manifestors. I know a lot of people are starting to get familiar with manifesting and law of attraction and all of that, but it's literally true. What you think about, what you focus on, is what is presented to you. So that's why I get so passionate when I'm coming across fanatics of trauma podcasters, because you see that's literally encompassing everything to do with you and your existence. It's all you talk about, it's all you think about. You're constantly debating with people that you don't know on the internet just to defend someone else's perspective, by the way. And you're not realizing that that's the only type of people that are going to come in your day, are the people you don't want to be around. Um, I'm just trying to help y'all reel it in a little bit. Just trying to help you expand your perspectives. So maybe you'll stop having weird expectations on total strangers who don't owe you anything. Because, see, that's the thing. Yes, have expectations for the people that, you want to put in your immediate circle, even though that's going to be ending up in disappointment as well, because you're not supposed to have expectations on other people. We're literally all supposed to live our own lives, and any inclusion of each other in those lives is a bonus. It's a lesson. It's a learning moment. When you put expectations on people, that's basically saying you're only going to love them or you're only going to respect them if they meet these conditions only. We're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be unconditional love. And we damn sure are not supposed to be judging each other. Definitely not to the degree that all y'all on the internet seem to be doing. It's so far away from high vibration. I don't enjoy the internet anymore. Y'all have killed it for me. It's not difficult. It's okay to have your preference. It really is. I don't want to tell somebody that they don't deserve this, that, or the other. The issue is, a lot of you are on the internet complaining and whining and acting like you deserve X, Y, and Z, but you're not going to give anything back into that relationship. You're not doing anything that would even attract a partner to do those things with you or for you. There are a lot of men that claim they deserve these certain types of women, and they're horrible partners. They don't feed into that relationship they're with. They don't value their woman, no matter how good a woman she is. So why would she stay? Why would she give you these wonderful things? And then we have women who have absolutely nothing to contribute to a grown adult relationship with a man that's trying to accomplish goals. All she can do is be pretty and lay on her back. That does not guarantee she should deserve a six-figure salary man or some super duper rich NBA star. But you're still going to have the goofies out here that they don't know who they are, so they're following trends. They don't know who they are, so they're emulating the music and the artists that they're singing the music or rapping the music. Yes, you're going to have people that are going to believe that they're like these actors and actresses they see on TV because they don't know who they are. Just have patience. Allow them to, as my generation likes to say, fuck around and find out. How someone else that you're never going to meet, and let's be honest, a lot of these people that you're down talking, even if they did behave the way that you say is the best way to act and high value, blah, 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 you still wouldn't want those people anyway. They still aesthetically would not be able to attract you because they don't hold anything that you already value. So what's it matter if she's a single mother or she's promiscuous or she dresses sexy or she has an OnlyFans account? She would have never been on your radar anyway. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, she would have never given you a time of day either. So what does it matter what she does? And I'm not just picking on the men, because the women are just as problematic. There's no, this one's more problematic than this one. Both sides are equally problematic. Heal your all shit. Learn how to respect that we each have our own journey. Respect that we're all supposed to make our own choices and our own decisions. If we are able to meet up somewhere and find somebody that is on the same road we are and thinks the same way we do, fantastic. But we're still supposed to be with people we can learn from. And we're supposed to be able to teach the people that we're with in exchange. But I see a lot of people being very, very far from compassionate. Empathy seems to be a cuss word. No one shows empathy. Unless, of course, they're going through it, and then it's send prayers. But when it comes to other people, and these are total strangers, and they can't have anything happen to them in their lives that hit any type of social media news before here come all the private investigators. Here come all the psychic mediums. Here come all the will I bets. And sometimes you will hit the jackpot and be right. But what do you gain? What do you gain in being right? Because yes, while this young lady may have lied about what happened to her, and we still don't have official word, there's still an investigation. And she deserves the grace to at least have this investigation completed and guaranteed before you lash out your judgments. And if you have any type of religious background, why are you judging people anyway? But I digress. You'll have an excuse for that, I'm sure. But even if she did, none of you know her. She doesn't owe the peanut gallery accountability for anything. It's just another story in this psycho country we live in right now. It's psycho in this country. This young woman and what she may or may not have done isn't even top 5 of crazy shit we need to be worried about. It's disheartening because from the very moment the news broke that something had happened, it was mostly negativity. I would see sincere worriment peppered in, but most of it was disgusting. And I'm just sitting here angry, and I can't imagine, had that been my daughter, had that been me, and this would be how total strangers would take the situation. Think about the parents of this young lady. They're totally innocent of the situation. Sure, be upset with her that she lied, but why don't any of you consider the fact, what if what I'm saying here on the internet is something that her parents are going to read, her siblings are going to read. People who truly care about her and are freaking out right now are going to read. Why are you all comfortable with that? Do you even go back and read what it is you have said? And then you do it so blatantly, like you have no respect whatsoever for the actual victims and stuff like this. So what if she lied? At the end of the day, there were other victims in play. Her parents didn't deserve that. And anybody deserves grace. Why aren't we just relieved that she's okay physically? And even though she wasn't kidnapped, let's find out what happened if that's the case. Because all this is alleged. The investigation's still going. But why not give her grace? We don't know until it's over. We don't know until they complete the investigation. How do you know what she may have been going through? Maybe she had some problems and she felt like that was the only way she could get out of those problems. Maybe she was desperate to get attention in some way, fashion, or form for whatever reason. A lot of people are snapping out here. And the reason they're snapping is largely in part by how disgusting we are to one another. It's like after lockdown, everyone lost their ever-loving minds. Everyone lost their home training. Everyone lost their sense of respect for one another. Treat me how you want to be treated. I'll treat you how I want you to treat me. What happened to that? You know, I go off on the Kevin Samuels fanatics because I see it as problematic. I see it as purposely dividing black men and black women, and that's not helping. It's not solving anything. It's making it worse. In order to heal, you got to learn how to come together. You got to learn how to be compassionate for one another. You got to learn how to be patient and kind to one another. You have to learn to be forgiving of one another. And most importantly, you have to learn when it's your business and when it's really not. Our lives are for us. Your involvement in it, mostly temporary or not even valid. So do us all a favor and stop screaming and acting like we, the peanut gallery, have any bearing on making another stranger we don't know anything about accountable for anything she says or does. Just like, fellas, we can't expect you to hold a man accountable you've never met. You don't know anything about. Accountability is for self. And if you're around someone who cannot take accountability for self, they're either narcissistic or sociopaths. And if you don't want to get away from them, that's your fault. Normal brain, functioning people have no problems taking accountability for themselves when it's important. Okay? If they're young in the brain, it's going to take them a while. They probably don't really know themselves enough to take accountability for it. But grown individuals that are sane and stable understand that accountability isn't a bad word. It's a way to help make things better. It's a way to grow. It's a way to evolve. Please stop acting like it's some kind of cuss word, because it isn't. The only problem we're having with it is you're making the mistake of thinking that you are somehow, some way important in total strangers' lives, that they owe you an explanation for shit. They don't.